And good evening, plebeians. Welcome to your Friday night extravaganza, which is RCM on Tap. I am the moderator, the Baroness. Joining me this week, give me just a second while I unmute everybody. I'm so excited for our guests this week. Joining me as always, Killer McCoy and Biomed Alchemist.
Yo!
And we have two people crowding out the fourth chair. We have a fifth chair.
For the price of one!
PetraCat and Sam are both here tonight. Yay!
Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
We finally made it. I'm the reason we're late.
Now we're
Wonders
good.
of wonders.
No, whatever. It's all good.
None of my community is surprised at all by that.
Well, ours probably isn't either. So there's that.
It's been an odd day. It's been, I don't know if the rest of you have had as odd of a day as I have, but mine started off where so I'm an operations manager where I work. Yes, Petra will know what kind of day I'm having. But
yeah.
I basically run like everything at our campus, and we're undergoing renovation projects at the same time. So things have been even more fun than usual, and it's been a very stressful week. I think my car finally just decided, enough is enough. I'm having my own intervention, and we're not going to work today. Because as soon as I turned the ignition on, it was just like, you know what? No, check engine light, and I'm not going to run unless you're just taking me down the street to the garage. So Space Donut is at the car doctor at the moment, getting diagnosed. And unfortunately, because I'm an idiot, I left. No, this was okay because I have work from home stuff. I was like, oh, this isn't a bad thing. My boss is like, you know what? You've had a rough week. Just work from home today. Don't even worry about it. So I wasn't even thinking. I left the charge cord in the car, which is locked up at the garage. It's like, ah. So it's been an odd day, but a very productive day nonetheless. I've got a lot of other things done. I've got a lot of writing stuff done. I got, people have my home phone number so they can still reach me. It's all good.
Yeah.
I saw your tweet this morning about like walking to the garage and then like walking home and getting it. And I was like leaving for work my time, and I was like, oh. I was like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and you have had a rough week as well, though.
Me?
Yeah, like the weather's just been bonkers up there.
We almost drowned. I
Really?
don't know if anyone else knew that, but no, I didn't almost drown personally, but like the city of Portland and Oregon greater area, it was ridiculous.
Generally a little bit of rain.
Little bit of rain.
By
a little
London
bit.
standards,
A British summer for some of us.
Yes, British summer. It's true. We had a light bit of rain over here. There's like at least we had multiple landslides, mudslides onto the road. There were roads that had like 2 inches of gravel on it because the rain was just like, "Hi, we're recolonizing."
We're here to take over.
Yeah, like, and I stayed home from work the first day because, like, I kept getting Slack messages from my developers being like, I'm on the bus. I might get there by Wednesday at 1 o'clock.
I know that feeling, yeah.
Yeah. So, and I just sat inside and was, like, watching the rain come down. And then, it finally cleared up, though, like, Thursday yesterday. So, it was great, though. I, like, Wednesday night walked home, and the creek next to my house is, like, 12 feet deep trough. It was full 12 feet deep, just racing. And then the next day I walked by and it had dropped 10 feet. So if that gives you an indication of how fast of water we were dealing with, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Yeah,
but,
that sounds less than fun.
Yes. Yes. So, yeah. So, but now it's dry and cold. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
We needed the water, though. I wish we could just ship it all to California. That's kind of the only thing I wish we could do.
You should charge
Send
them.
it on down.
Well, the winter's supposedly going to be more wet for them, so here's hoping. Yeah.
Hopefully.
It's like El Nino on steroids is what they're kind of describing it as. So the Northeast, though, is not supposed to get snow, and that's kind of interesting. Or not as much,
Yeah,
but you guys been getting
industries that
slammed.
depend on that.
The last time they
That's
said
true.
we weren't supposed to get snow, we also had, like, a ridiculous amount and shut
point.
down major cities for, several days, so...
Yeah, I remember Long Island went like 150 to 200% over their salt budget alone. Like they were shipping in salt from Jersey, and it's just like, whoa.
This is never something I would think of.
I generally love that your cities have salt budgets. We just go, it's snowed, we're screwed. No one does anything. Like literally, we'll get like
Well, that's the
much
Northeast
snow,
part.
and UK just shuts down.
Yeah, that's
Like,
how it is.
You see a
where I'm
snowflake
from.
and cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like literally I've never heard of a salt budget, but now that completely makes sense. That there has to be on a line item somewhere.
Yep.
Salt
Mhm.
2016, based upon usage in 2015.
Precisely, yeah.
The Great
Great.
Slug Invasion. I mean, you have to prepare.
Yep. I mean, it could happen. Just saying. Sorry, that makes me think that I watched Captain America Winter Soldier last night, which was relying upon a lot of information in the first Avengers movie, which makes me think of those giant flying slug creatures. So that was gonna be my weird
There you go.
look of
That's good.
Yeah.
No worries.
Anyway.
Well, you mentioned Avengers. We all watched the Civil War trailer.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
I haven't
Yes,
seen it yet.
yes, it is.
Oh, you haven't seen it
I
yet?
have not seen the trailer yet. No.
Oh,
Same.
Uh,
I've
Are you
been watching
trying
the Star
not to
Wars
see the trailer?
trailers. Come on now.
So let's
I can
kick,
only watch so much
Bio,
at once.
let's kick Bio and Baroness off the call.
Oh, I see
Let's
how
talk
it
about
is.
the trailer.
Yeah, right?
I find that
Dude, I trailers lately like just seem to spoil everything.
this 100%
Like-
this.
Yeah. Like I feel like I get the top, too long didn't read of a trailer, and then I'm like, well, I don't need to see the movie. That's cool. Like, I'm hoping Star Wars isn't like that.
I've refused to watch
Really?
the Star Wars trailer.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
understandable. It's
Yeah,
understandable.
okay.
The only reason I saw it was because I was watching DTD's stream when it came out, and so he paused everything so he could do a live reaction and played it, and it was his first time. So I really was watching him rather than the trailer, and then he played it like 15 more times. So I did in fact see the trailer. That
You
was
were
that
for
was
a
the
lot of
entire
stuff,
reason
Brand.
I saw it anyway.
What is that?
There's two trailers being mentioned in the chat,
Uh-oh.
both of which I think are going to be massive flop.
Really?
X-Men and
And
Superman
Superman.
vs. Batman.
Man.
Yeah.
Although I will say I am pro Batfleck, as I said last time. I'm all about the Batfleck.
Yeah.
But I just think Dawn of Justice is just going to be too much for one movie to handle. They're trying to introduce too many characters and one things. It's just going to be a mess.
Yeah, it's
And
possible,
everyone
yeah.
involved in the costume department of X-Men Apocalypse needs to be fired straight away and just never allowed to work again because the costumes are just horrendous.
I just saw the trailer like an hour or two ago. I was like, oh, okay. I have no opinion, so.
I don't know. Movies. It's a whole nother topic of my life. Anyway. So. What were we on for it with did we have an agenda or are we just talking about
We actually
everything? 'Cause we could just
do
keep going.
not-
Like, I
Yeah.
was like,
we do not have
Oh,
an
yeah.
agenda. So
Not a problem.
So tonight's plan literally was Petra, Sam, and total chaos. That was our plan for tonight.
achieved.
I know,
Achieved.
right?
Yes.
Well, when you last had me on, I think I just talked at you for about 2 hours, and
Yeah.
somebody had to stop me
Was it
eventually.
you two?
No.
Yeah,
it
I
wasn't
did
2
that.
hours. It wasn't 2 hours.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was 1 hour, 35 minutes, and 20 seconds. Suck it. I definitely don't know.
Wow.
Actually, I don't know. Let's find out. Google, how long did Sam talk at us?
For those
Hello.
of you new to RivalCast Media, Killer McCoy happens to be our chief video editor for all of the RivalCast shows. So if he throws out a number like that as to exactly how long an episode of any of the shows are, we just automatically assume that he's not screwing with us.
It means
So-
you had to stare at our mug for 2 hours. Now, I apologize for that, Killer.
Yeah.
I
I
apologize.
know. I'm trying to remember which episode number was it. Oh crap!
I have the magic notebook.
Got it. Number 40.
Was it number
Episode 40, the original appearance of Sam. Was this my
That
superhero
seems
origin?
rather... Really?
Yeah, 40. Yeah.
It was about a month ago, I feel like.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. We've had
Total-
so much go on in the last month that it's been kind of... All the
Yeah.
days kind of run together, and at the same time, yeah.
That's like all of 2015 for me.
Yes.
Like, I don't know what happened between the time of being a child and Friday to Monday was this magical year of experience. And, like, now I'm like, oh, Friday, Monday, hi, okay. Like, what?
Yep.
What? Yeah, no, it's, I could not believe it was Christmas already after the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I was like, pretty sure we have a month, guys. And they were like, it's Christmas.
Santa has already come. It's already New Year's.
Yeah, like my Google Maps is counting down how many days till Santa takes off. I'm like, dude, he's got time, okay? Let's not rush the budget.
He does it in one night. We don't have to.
Yeah, like, sure Santa knows, okay?
Actually, Santa's
Only-
supposed to be on tap in a couple of weeks, as a matter of fact.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
so
Nice.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
really exciting.
Yes.
Wow. How
what
much
you're
did that push
hoping
you guys
Santa
back in the
brings?
budget?
Let's just say
Santa.
certain people had to pay certain favors.
Ah,
Let's
okay.
leave it at that.
Mm.
I've been there.
Someone's always needed the gold pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys were watching, we had our Christmas D&D special for Intelligence Check the other day.
I saw you tweet about that. Yeah.
Yes, we played Santa-themed D&D, Christmas-themed D&D.
Yes.
And we were all named after reindeer, and
Nice.
we all created one-shot characters, and Santa, we like all were like acolytes or like special trained operatives from Santa, and we had to save him because he was kidnapped. And then, like, I'll
okay.
just spoil it, but, like, we got to the end finally. Like, Cap created a great job as a DM of, like, leading us on this merry freaking chase and then revealed the map. And if we had just gone through the trap and taken the HP hit, we would have, like, saved in, like, 6 hours of our lives.
Wow.
What's
And
the
then,
fun
like, we
in
got
that,
there.
though?
Yeah, it's true. It did make for some hilarious moments. And then we got there, and it was Rudolph had kidnapped Santa and was going to sacrifice him because the rest of us made fun of him all the time.
Wait,
And
did I
then
just-
we got turned into reindeer.
Wait, did I just watch a trailer? 'Cause I think you spoiled the entire thing.
Yeah.
I think I just spoiled the entire thing. Yeah, that's basically it. No need to watch it. You just be like, I'll watch that when it comes to the pub theater. Cool.
Was that an
So, yeah.
ad?
I'll have to dig it up. I did a Where Are They Now script one time for you know, they used to have those like celebrity things on like, you know, VH1, like, you know, Where Are They Now, and like, you know, recap, you know, what these different celebrities did. I did one for Rudolph one time, and it was kind of dark actually, now that I think about it. I'll have to find
It
it.
surprises no one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ended up
Yeah.
as like a red light blinking sign.
Just hide outside of strip malls in Vegas.
You know,
Yeah. New girls here, new girls here.
Yeah, right.
Fourth Castle.
Oh, dude,
Only to find
died
out
all the-
LEDs were invented and he's not as useful anymore. It's like, oh no.
The machines are
Yeah,
taking
right.
my job.
Yeah, he's outsourced to, with LEDs. I love Dial.
He's actually going to be in the next
because-
Transformers. He's actually going to be the star of the next Terminator movie. It's Arnie and him versus the world.
I'm gonna segue because last time I was on, we talked about Rainbow Six Siege. Died all of talking about Santa using explosives to breach through walls.
Yes!
Yeah, that all of it has been playing Rainbow Six Siege, so. makes
Okay,
sense.
cool. So you and I have not, like, this is the state of my life that the game that for a year I've been waiting for, I've played 2 times because I've been so busy with work.
Wow.
Like,
Petra,
Yeah,
if it
it's
makes you
sad.
feel any better, Roxy is only level 30. She's only.
no, that doesn't, because I'm like level 3.
Yeah, but that's her job. Her job
That's her
is
job,
Rainbow
okay.
Six. So she is the
guess
pro
I'll give a
coach,
little credence.
and she's only
Yeah.
level 30. Like I'm only level
Okay.
10.
Yeah. So,
I
yeah.
haven't even hit
Catch up.
Diamond
Come on.
Beach 5.
Dude, this weekend, it may be my birthday, but I'm freaking playing Rainbow
Oh.
I
Six
didn't know
Siege all
that.
weekend.
Happy birthday.
That's yeah.
Uh-oh.
Actually, it's interesting because our new community manager, Vampy, her birthday is today, as a matter of fact. And then we've got D next
Really?
week, too. So you guys are all birthday buddies.
Yeah.
This is excellent.
One of
I-
you is secretly
I-
Jesus.
Or secretly just.
Actually, the good question is, are you going to get both your Christmas present and your birthday present all in one package, or is it going to be actual
Uh-oh.
separate presents?
Yeah, it's okay. So it's weird. Actually, I was talking about this in my stream day before yesterday because it's Friday and I streamed Wednesday. Ooh.
Technically, it's Saturday. Just saying.
Don't mess with me any more than time already does.
I'm not. It's Saturday for some of us.
We're time travelers from the past. We've already determined that. Or technically your future, Petra. So we're like in between.
Ooh. Okay. Mine. Okay.
Sorry.
Math.
Continue.
I don't do that on
Continue.
stream. Yeah. As a kid, it was never a thing that I like, because 12 days before Christmas, like, there seems to be enough time, or at least there used to be before we all started celebrating it the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Like, significant breathing space where, like, that felt sufficient. And, like, I was never in the loop with the kids who, like, were the 20th, like, 21st, 23rd, or, like, the 30th. And now, though, there's way too many damn parties with friends on weekends celebrating Christmas. So, like, legitimately, I've had to argue for the last 2 years with a friend about the date that he was going to have his Christmas party. Because it, like, consistently, he's like, the 12th is perfect for our Christmas party. It's the lull between the holidays. And I was like, it's also my birthday, and all of our friends go to your Christmas party, so no one comes to me, like, hang out with me on my birthday. And he's like, well, that's fine. You can just come to the party.
Oh!
No.
Comes off as a little
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
just a little bit.
He should be making you a cake and apologizing for this. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Like, literally 4 months ago, because it happened 2 years in a row now. Like, 4 months ago, I was like, you cannot take the 12th for your Christmas party. I am booking it pre-Halloween, my birthday weekend. And then
You have to book your own birthday. I'm just like,
right?
My brain.
And then he had the, like, gumption, and, like, maybe he's totally oblivious about it. It was probably totally oblivious about it, but we're sitting at the Christmas party last weekend, and he's like, well, I just don't think a lot of people showed up because they thought it was going to be next weekend. I was like...
Did you punch him?
Please tell me you punched him.
Come on!
Yeah.
I was this close to being like... I didn't. I verbally did. I was like, well,
That's
sure
the
next
best you've
year...
done.
Yeah, I'm sure with next year with more communication, more people will know. I was like, no, we're not.
Hashtag you just got told.
Like, I'm
This is why I'm glad I
sure
have a
next
March
time.
birthday. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no.
Nothing
enjoy it.
happens
So, like,
in March, so it's just like the entire month is mine. It's beautiful.
You have also
That's
St. Patty's Day, which
I
is...
do 2 days beforehand, which is cool because everyone is still hungover for my birthday, and they're just like,
Exactly.
yes, can we come over for cake because I need to eat something.
True,
It's
carbs.
beautiful.
Carbs are winning.
It's beautiful.
The only downside to my birthday is in my friendship group. I'm born on the 14th. One of my best friends is born on the 16th, and another one of our best friends is born on the 18th. So like we're all right there.
Oh,
So do you guys
wow.
bundle it?
Multi-party.
Bundle it together.
When we were younger, we'd go out every night. Now we don't even bother. But just all too
Oh,
well.
really?
Yeah.
You're like, we're old, dude.
Yeah, it's like, we're much closer to 30 than we used to be. Let's just stay in.
I will say that, like, now people are like my work environment is very alcohol friendly, and I just don't handle that shit anymore. Like, it's just like,
You don't have to. You don't
true.
have to.
Very
Yeah.
true. Very true.
Go straight edge. That's the way to be.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it back. It's been dead since the 80s. I feel like it needs a
Since
revival.
Prohibition.
Pretty much.
Wow.
It's just me and Minor Threat. We're the only ones. That's a very niche reference. If anyone knows who Minor Threat are, I can give you some bonus points.
Ow, ow, ow. Hang on. Sorry.
Was I all powerful?
With
for
my
a second?
audio.
Oh,
You were
no.
almost
Yeah.
all powerful.
I thought I
Almost.
heard
It was
myself.
close,
It's,
yeah.
You know, sometimes I hear myself and I realize that that's just my personal problem. So I have to
Sometimes
double
I hear
check every
myself
so
and I
often.
cringe.
Okay. Your first live episode. That sounds great. That means they're doing a good job with giving you like on time demand VODs.
Oh, it's Stubby. This is he's one of our community members.
Yes. Stubby.
And not a Petra.
What up,
Hi.
Stubby?
So I have a question. What are you guys all planning for? Do you guys? This is a question, I guess, for like stream wise. Do you guys plan like a Christmas thing? Apparently, you're gonna have Santa on. Like,
So
I've never had a stream with Christmas, so I'm like, do I do something?
This year's been really experimental because this is the first year that we've really done this.
Yeah, this is our first full year on Twitch.
Yeah.
So we started in January.
Okay. Yeah, February.
Okay.
February 6th.
Right, but I mean like the
station
network as a whole.
I got diabetes on February 4th.
Right.
Close.
Ooh.
What?
Well.
I said I got diabetes on February 4th. Very close.
That's not a good...
Our contact was
This sounds like it's going to be a BuzzFeed article now.
Shout out to
the things that RCM has done to other people.
I mean, like, this is
I'm
like...
sure RCM didn't have anything to do with that.
The 8th one will shock you. Cat in the background, cat in the background.
Mine are...
Oh, I got Paris.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay, I see him now. I see him now.
Where?
Well, because Hobbs has been, like, so my chair's back here, and Hobbs has been back there
Oh, that's perfect cat territory.
Yeah.
That is.
He's been back there
That's perfect
most
anyone
of the day,
territory. Those chairs are deadly.
Oh, I sleep in that chair. I love it.
My ex-girlfriend used to have one, and I'd sit in and be like, I'm not moving for the next 10 hours. Like,
it's so
we might have plans, but I'm just staying here. You've got a blanket. I'm a very manly man, as you can tell.
So you guys have Santa coming on and stuff. Like, have you guys thought about like going into the new year, like resolutions for the channel and such, like as part of it?
We've got a couple of things that are in the works. I don't want to give too much away, but we're actually, because I've always been of the strong opinion, you know, Christmas is for family and New Year's is for friends. So in keeping with that, we are having a New Year's party. There are several RCM people who will actually physically be here for New Year's, and we're looking at doing a live show with all of us together for
oh wow.
Yeah, in the same room, which is going to be pretty cool. So
nice.
Hopefully,
you gonna live stream the party?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure because other
I don't know.
Other
put
people
it under the
will be
creative
there
category
as well,
and just,
and yeah, it kind of. I mean, yeah.
Certain
See,
rules and guidelines by Twitch might be broken.
yeah, yeah. Not to mention the taco rules here at RivalCast, and yeah.
I mean,
yes, we do have taco rules. Yeah. Oh, I should have better internet this year, I think, because where I'm going, I'm actually going to install some network equipment. So
okay,
nice.
Yeah,
that's what I've
actually
asked for
outdoor
Christmas.
Industrial, 300 feet range kind of things. It's like yes.
The only things Santa wants to bring me is if he can bring me better internet and if he can bring me a visa.
That would be
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yes.
Because the UK sucks.
What is Operations? I'm actually very curious, Sam, what Operation Supply Drop is planning for the troops,
yeah.
or for like, what do you guys do during the holiday season?
So it's new for us as well because you may or may not have heard that OSD got partnered on Twitch.
Congratulations!
Shameless plug.
Yeah.
Shameless plug.
I mean, Twitch
No,
like
that's freaking awesome.
I'm noticing your hoodie right now. There you
That
go.
is-
Yes. I was telling him that I want to steal it.
This is
He's gotta be here
I paid
to do
$160. Yeah, I've got to be in the US. Although I have met
Yeah.
Petra. We've hung out at TwitchCon.
Yes, we gave hugs. It was good.
We did.
We ran
Pixel was
into each
there.
other multiple times. Good.
I got very, very confused because I'm going to go on a bit of a side tangent. After we first met, I then went back to the OSD booth, and one of my guys was like, "Oh, these two girls were looking for you," and they gave me yours and Pixel's card. I was like, "But I literally just saw them." So I went back to them, like, no. So I spent like the last full day of TwitchCon going, I've lost my mind. I don't know what's going on. But that was just generally TwitchCon. It was a blast, though.
It's just cons in general. Even business professional cons get kind of crazy like that. Just so many people in one place. You're like, wait, what?
I didn't know there was a bottom room to Twitch, like a bottom floor to TwitchCon, until the end of day one at TwitchCon.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
I literally thought it was just the top floor.
I can almost one-up that, and it's even more embarrassing. I didn't realise there was a second floor where my booth was. For the first half day.
All right, no excuses for you. You're just done.
That is kind of...
I went to the TwitchCon store, went to the Alienware, hang out with my friends there, went all around, I was like, I've not seen my booth yet. I'm a little bit confused, and I was like, Oh, there's an upstairs. Should probably go up there. Oh, there's a booth. Hi,
Probably.
guys. Was networking and doing all important things. I wasn't spending loads of money, honestly.
Good.
Cheers. Ice is starting us. That's my
Slow
check.
collapse, yeah, it does.
So,
But what is like
we are trying to
Operation-
do. The
Yeah.
aim was to do a drop a day. I'm not sure if we've managed that, but we're doing more drops this month than any month.
I've noticed that show up a lot more.
It's literally just they're not like
Fantastic.
as big as like the bigger drops are. But it may be like 1 case, 10 games, and console, but we're just trying to reach more and more vets as physically possible.
Right.
The sub button is helping out us massively because now we have like an annual, a regular occurring donation. I've been heavily focused on Twitch, as you might have guessed, scheduling all of our streamers because we do Twitch quite differently to a lot of people, much like yourselves. It's not one person. It is we have 10 to 12 different people every week.
Right.
And it's never the same
Wow.
person every week.
Wow.
The only person who is a main staple is me, which is every Thursdays, and most of the time, that's just me doing our podcast. So it gets complicated, and I have a rule not to use the same person in a space of
Makes
2 weeks
sense.
unless it's emergency. So I have to like constantly find new people. I mean, we've got like 300-400 people on our roster. It's just a matter of can they do it when, and time zones always are confusing.
Of
Because it's
course.
like, I'm like, can you do 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. CT? And they're like, sure. And they're like, so I'm going live at 4 PST. Or, I mean, that's a bad example because that's the correct time. They're like, so I'm going live at 6 PST. I've messed that up massively. Good thing I wasn't ever an actor and I had to remember lines. Oh, wait. So they constantly get the wrong times, but that's all part and part of it.
Have you tried
I wasn't sure.
spreadsheets?
I've got Google Docs, I've got Excel, I've got a Google Calendar, I've got 3 producers, soon to add a 4th, and it still goes haywire every now and then. Also, it doesn't help that I'm like 6 to 10 hours ahead of people, so I'm like,
Sure.
Well, you got
So
to
I
tell them
sleep.
what the future holds for them.
Yeah, true. It's just like, this will be the best stream you've ever done in your life. Trust me, I've seen it. I've lived. And about
I can see the future.
and about 30% of the time I get it right, which I'm happy with. Yeah, so we're just trying to do say more drops this month than we've ever done in December. Do a lot more on base and on base activities, like literally going to so in Austin we have Fort Hood. Fort Hood? Yeah. Hopefully try and do some stuff out there when I go out there in January. Also for the San Francisco, because our San Francisco dream is really strong and they really help us out. They were a huge hope over TwitchCon. We've been just building. I've been in a lot of meetings, obviously getting the sub button set up. We had a really interesting Skype call where I could hear. It was 3 of us. It was me, my overseer, OSD Ray, and one of the Twitch head of Twitch partnership. I could hear Ray. I couldn't hear him, Andrew, and Andrew couldn't hear me. So,
Well, that just
listen to what Andrew said, relay it back to me, then I'd have to say it, and then Andrew would have to relay it, and then Ray relay it back to Andrew. It was just a confusing mess. I don't know why Skype hated me that day. But technical errors are my favourite thing.
Sorry, Sam. When you said overseer, I kept thinking of StarCraft and just a giant brain with tentacles just floating in the air.
StarCraft. A game I will never understand. I think it's the game I watch the most on Twitch, but I just don't understand it.
Each their own.
yeah. It's one of those things.
People really want me to play it, and I just look at it and I'm like, it looks like Civilization on speed.
It's the whole strategy of the way the players kind of play, and I noticed that in the original StarCraft, where I first started playing online. When I played with friends, we would try and build up our groups first, get our bases, try and get the advanced tech, and then go into these huge epic wars. I went online, and it was immediately 5 minutes, and I'm dead. It was just so I could basically program a macro to play the game for me, and not even worry about it. Just okay, build Zerg, go. Crush.
Zerg
it's not
Rush
fun
is the
when
only
it's
thing
that
I
way,
know.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, it
There's
just
a
seems
girl
like
I watch who she has a camera pointed down at her fingers, on the keyboard, and she has one of those really good, mechanical custom ones, and she's just flying. I mean, she's impressed. I just watch for that. That's the only reason I watch it. It's just like, it's almost like an art form, the way her fingers are flying across the keyboard. And she's just
like
wrecking.
Pianists? Yeah, you can
it's
just
just like
fly, and you're just like...
And she's just like, casually explaining the strategy and like saying, you build 2 this, 3 this, 5 this, and just going, no, that's not my kind of game. Sorry.
The most tactical I get is Siege, and like be Sledge, hit people in the face with Sledgehammer. That's pretty much my move. Sledge is my love of all loves when it comes to video games. Apart from
Sledge is life.
Sledge is life.
Did you see the chippies that the Rainbow Six Montreal design team did? I have to find these and drop these in chat now.
Yeah, drop them in chat. Definitely.
I will find them now.
I need them. If Anna has any, I'm going to steal them from her.
Well, they're just drawn. They're drawn chibis, and but I immediately was like, we need to make these, like Chase and others. I think B Crumbs was like, we need to make these into Funkos. Like and I just wrote like throws money at the screen. Like they're adorable.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah, quick, somebody get the fry me.
Seriously, yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're like, and they
I just,
also poster
as long as they make
of them.
Sledge, I will buy anything Sledge related.
Yeah. But I just loved Twitch. I really like Twitch and IQ. So.
I like how Sledge looks like a Scottish baby.
It's true. He does look like a Scottish. So I'm curious then, like, what do you guys want? So Sam mentioned what he wants for Christmas, but what are you guys hoping for? Are we all transitioning into like adults where I'm like, socks sound great?
A lot of vests.
Vests?
I love vests. Like, I can't wear a shirt without vests. I have to have a vest on.
You mean an white beater?
Oh, okay. We
mean an undershirt.
I just love the difference there. Like, the British call it vests. We call it wife beaters.
Thing that goes underneath
that just explains our cultural differences.
I was imagining like you with a whole bunch of Han Solo vests.
I mean, well, you should say that, but if you can see my t-shirt is actually a t-shirt vest.
Oh my god.
Nice. Oh, and it's a Christmas one at that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn.
Bravo, sir. Bravo.
This product brought you from American Eagle, of all places. Who, if you don't know, do the best boxes in the world. Any underwear.
The counter-colonization is in process.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm really upset. They've opened up an American Eagle store in London, and I was heartbroken because I was that hipster dude. She was like, "No, I can only get these in America, so nobody else I know can have them." And now they're here, and I feel less special. Thank you, globalization.
If you were in France, it would never have happened, though. They would have been like, no.
No.
You take your American stores and throw it back.
We only wear Calvin Klein in here.
Dude, they're obsessed with Calvin Klein. Oh my god, France and Calvin Klein. I don't know what that is about, but it's about something. So, what about you guys? Like,
so yeah, sorry, I cut everyone off then. What is everyone else hoping to get for Christmas? I got overly excited about vests. I apologize.
And then underwear.
And then underwear.
I'm trying to think of something fun because I get asked this question a lot, like specifically by people who want to buy me presents, and I get weird about people buying me presents. So, I had asked for pub glasses because all of ours, like, we didn't have that many to begin with, but we needed more because we entertain more and it just makes more sense. And then I was yelled at and told that I need to have something fun because because like in our family, like everybody, like I'm the oldest of the people in my family, but then like in Baron's family, like everybody's like in their 30s. So I'm not the youngest, but I'm one of the youngest, but we're all in our 30s. So everyone's asking for like socks and vests and, glasses and like adult things.
Underwear.
And and his mom gets all mad because she's like, Christmas is supposed to be about fun and, frivolous things, so you have to lead the charge. I'm like, okay. So
Your
I asked
husband is
for-
calling you out in chat right now. Saying, that's because you don't ever say what you want.
Wait, what?
I had
Your
to emphasize
husband.
with the all caps kind of thing.
I'm surprised he didn't come downstairs and just start yelling into the camera.
It just shows up.
Yeah, right.
Just throw socks and pants at her. Have this.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
I have not only do I have an Amazon list, I have multiple ones that are very clearly labeled and they're all tied to the same account. All you have
This
to
does
do
not
is punch in
surprise
my
me.
personal email address and you have birthday ideas, you have Christmas ideas. Hell, I have
Are
an
they
entire
sorted that way?
a folder. You can do wish lists for shopping lists for other people. So as I'm going through throughout the year, I have little folders for each person that I actually buy things for that I like. Oh, this would be a good idea. Let's stick it on there.
Wow.
So come November.
Oh my god.
I know, right? I am that person. I am that person.
I feel like the worst adult ever now. I'm just like,
I thought I was like OP for saving money every month for Christmas
I
shopping.
feel so
But you just like
small.
stepped up my game.
I know.
Like
I'm so underprepared that my personal wish list, it doesn't even go to my house.
Everybody.
no, it's great.
Wow.
It's great. I have a new
Like-
goal. I have a new
Yeah.
goal.
I'm
You've actually given me exactly what I needed because I was like, there has to be a solution here. Like
This is like
I
very
literally went
level
Amazon
Amazon.
shopping
Wow.
like last minute. Literally, my Christmas shopping is 2 days before Christmas. Shit, we
Oh.
need to do that. Like,
I-
and then I'm like, Amazon, I got
Prime,
2-day
baby.
delivery. It's fine.
Prime.
I can't do that. I have to go and do my Christmas shopping well in advance. I'm the person though who used to work in like a game store who would have the mums come in on New Year's Christmas Eve, just like an hour before close. I need an Xbox One. We're sold out. How dare you sell out of Xboxes? It's Christmas Eve, an hour till close. Why have you not got your son's Christmas presents well in advance?
Hi, welcome
it's
to the
Christmas.
reality.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a mum last year blame me for ruining her Christmas. I was like, I don't care that your Christmas is ruined. I really don't.
There comes a point where you just have to say that, pretty much. It's like, eh.
It's like, if I was going to buy an Xbox, I would have bought it maybe in November. There was this thing called Black Friday where everything was like 50% off. You could have bought it in advance. You could have not come in an hour before close.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about you though,
And she's
Bio
like, well, it's
Killer?
cheaper next
Like-
door
Yeah.
anyway. I was like, fine.
You want to go first?
I mean, mine's probably not surprising. I never ask for anything, just like whatever. Just happens, it happens. But I make a big deal about picking things for other people. So it'll be like, I typically get my grandmother a book every year of some sort. And it's usually, it just kind of drops in my lap and be like, oh, that's the book. Getting it. So that kind of thing. I don't know. As for like stuff for me, I have everything I need,
And
really.
see-
I mean, I'm just looking around.
And I think that's where I have a problem with it too, because one, I like getting presents for other people, and I like making things. I mean, Lord knows, okay.
Yes.
Sneak
Oh,
sneak
actually,
peek
hold
here,
on,
people.
hold on.
So this
Uh-oh.
is some of
Oh,
the
yes.
stuff that's been going on.
The
Like
blue
you can
balls.
see.
The blue ball.
That's the name of my autobiography.
I mean, there's like all sorts of stuff going on down in the workshop. That's just a little piece. I mean, you can see like around the room, like there's just stuff everywhere for all these
Yes.
different projects I'm working on, and I hand make like all of the Christmas cards that go out to like our friends and stuff. So I love doing that, but it's like when people ask like, well, what do you want for you? It's like I don't really think about that so much. That's why I just have the list. It's like, oh, I think that's cool. Okay, I'll put it on there. And then if somebody asks, it's just like, oh, just go to my... I don't even know what's on my list half the time. It's just like, oh, okay, well, you can just go here and it's neatly done for you. And then I'm truly am surprised on Christmas morning because I don't know what's on there.
I've got a question about lists. Because I've never actually known. If somebody buys something off your wish list, does it then disappear from your wish list?
It depends on how the list is set up.
Okay, because I think it'd
'Cause-
be really awkward if you ended up somebody
Right, 'cause if
buys
you-
like,
you
get
can
like
set them
6
up
of
to
the
be
same thing.
perpetual.
Yeah, if you have if you set up like a registry list, then yeah, it does disappear. So you don't know who
Okay.
bought it. You just know, if you're
That it's
looking
been bought.
that it's been bought. But
Right.
like a general gift wish list, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It depends on how they, buy this from the list or
Okay.
whatever. So.
Well, I've been having this conversation with my parents usually because I usually get one present for each of the parents, and maybe one present for my brother.
Maybe.
So
One person.
usually one big present. Like, what do you want? It's like, I don't know. I was like, tell me what you want, woman. Like, oh, your father needs a new computer chair. Fine, good. He gets a new computer chair. What do you want? I don't know. So I'm gonna have to this next week. I'm gonna have to buckle down and grill her. Luckily for me,
I have an idea.
Oh, hold on, let me finish.
Yeah.
But like, she asked, "What do you want for Christmas?" Well, since you guys gave me a new bed, I guess I could use some more sheets for it. I'm cool with that. Stop giving me pajamas. I don't wear them.
Oh, Killer totally needs to get the pink bunny pajamas for Christmas.
I literally have like
Bio,
five sets
I
of
think we should
pajama
do this for Killer.
bottoms. 5 sets. Literally, 5 sets. And it's like,
I am pro pajamas. I put it out there. I'm all about the
not.
PJs.
Me too.
I'm not.
I
But
have Christmas themed ones.
all mine
I
are
like
like
my pajamas.
plaid. They're all plaid of some pattern. Terrible. But I was like, all right, fine. But also, I was like, you know what? Let me think about it. I thought about it, and I thought about it. Baroness, you'll appreciate this. Like, buy me a Lego set. I haven't had one in forever.
Nice.
Buy me a decent one, maybe a $50 one. I'm cool with that.
You realize
Okay,
a
that's
$50
pretty
one
cool.
is like a small set now.
I know that, but that's okay.
That's like one little man in like 3 blocks.
Yep,
Yeah, pretty much. I know.
Everything else is DLC.
No, it's
Oh.
totally true. Have you gone to a Lego store recently?
I
It's
refuse
like
to
But I
because
have
it's like
to
hell
go,
on
yeah.
earth.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I
Like, you
went
see
in
the
there-
huge
it's not
ones that are
gonna stretch that far.
amazing, and then you see the price tag go, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous.
I literally have bins upon bins that I'm looking at right now of just the different Lego elements. All neatly organized and
Uh-oh.
arranged.
Petra saw
Sorry.
something.
What?
Well, okay,
What is going
so
on?
we're talking. So I think for those who are like in chat being like, this is pure chaos. Yes, we know.
Total
but,
chaos right there on the
That's
stream
on
thing.
the thing.
That is our
was it.
agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we're basically talking about the holidays and presents fall under. We were on topic. I
Mostly.
was just like,
We were also
like,
on tap.
You were talking about Amazon lists, and
Oh! Sorry.
I had recently put together. People have been asking me for my stream, like, you know, you should have an Amazon list, and I'm like, that's weird.
You're weird.
Okay.
This is weird.
Mhm.
And I put things on there like D&D dungeon, like D&D journal that I can fill in and use for D&D, like, you know, or like, you know, I put like a grunt figurine because I was like, that'd be kind of cool. Okay.
Which
But
grunt? Grunt from Halo? Grunt from...
Mass Effect.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't know. I was,
You said that
I
like
was
it could be a bad
verifying.
thing. It's just like,
No,
oh,
it wasn't a
it's
bad
all
thing.
good.
Like,
It's all
I
good.
mean, you say grunt like it's like the cute little thing because they are kind of funny and cute.
Oh, the Halo grunts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Halo grunt.
The Halo
Yeah.
grunts are amazing.
I know.
I never
Yeah,
played Halo.
Interesting.
That's
Okay.
right.
Really?
That's right.
Oh.
We
Oh,
we
that
talked
look.
about it.
We can play Halo together!
You
No,
killed
Like,
no.
yeah,
You
I'm out.
killed him.
I'll warn you now, we aren't
Petra
going to
was
achieve any
cool.
objectives. We're just going to run around stealing the little vehicles and going, wee! That's how I play Halo.
Warthog.
And, sorry, continue.
Sorry.
No, so and like I haven't released it, and like of course my like chat is like what, but I haven't released it because I just am like I don't know, it just doesn't fit with me right now how I feel about my channel.
Mhm.
But people kept asking, so I like every once in a while I'll like look at it and be like, eh.
Yeah.
But last year for my birthday, I was supposed to get Battlestar Galactica from Puddles, the board game.
Oh.
And
Okay,
I
yeah.
went to the list to be like, what have I done with that lately? And because we were talking about lists, and now I pulled it up to be like, oh, I need to do that. And he hasn't done it because it wasn't in print. And so, because it was like mid-cycle of printing. And so I just looked at it and it was like, apparently they have all these expansions and it's back to print. So, yeah,
Nice.
that was all.
Okay.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So that was me being like, so now we can get it.
It's an interesting dynamic. You know, different streamers kind of come up with at what point they draw the line, like PO boxes or Amazon wish lists or things like that. Like we don't have any of that yet, and I don't know if we will. We're just getting to the part. Oh,
That's the fastest Amazon delivery I've ever had.
there you go.
Was it delivered
Did
by
you
a
what?
drone? It was delivered by a drone.
This is apparently part 1 of my birthday present.
Well,
That's
Well,
awesome.
since
Your
technically it is
revelations on RCM
Saturday
on
You wanna say hi?
in where Sam is right now, that makes sense to me. So, yes.
what's up?
Hey!
Hello!
Aww.
Thank you.
Thank you for the present.
Yes.
Giving away
Can we play
live on
tonight? Is it
RCM
too
on
late?
tap.
Yeah.
That's right. We give people gifts and we bring people together. How about
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Like I should come on the show more often. Stuff just
that?
magically
Just start showing
appears.
up, just raining out of the sky. Like, what's
I
that?
want a pony.
Oh, that
That
could
would be
a bad
dangerous falling out of the sky, but yes, sweet.
Yeah. It'd be like that scene
I-
in in the Woods where the unicorn stabs the dude. If
Oh,
anyone's
God.
ever seen that movie, I'd wholeheartedly love that film.
I actually
Just for
have
that
one
one scene.
down
A
here.
You have a
unicorn?
unicorn? What?
A what?
On the same wavelength, I like it.
It's like there's no way I'm reaching it. So yeah. If I'd have known you were gonna say that though, that would have been amazing. Like a pony killer, like this.
Oh, wow.
Like Vampy got her for her birthday present, she got a pony?
Yeah. I don't know if she's seen it yet.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, I've
I
not
made
seen anything
sure
about that
to
yet.
mention that the guys specially picked that out for her. Cause yes.
Damn, Petra, basically. You've seen the Pony Man meme?
Yeah,
Unicorn-
I believe so.
If
Yeah,
you
the-
haven't, it's on our Facebook page right now at facebook.com/RivalCast. But
Now I
yes.
have to look this up.
It's bad.
We do birthday memes for all of our RCM staff and
We're
show
bad people.
hosts. We try to celebrate because it's the joy of friendship, and
Hold on, I have to wait. Oh, there it goes.
That look-
There's the face.
we put a lot of time and effort into these things, and we try to pick something special for each one. And this is what the guys came up with for Vampy.
That's special.
That is definitely special.
Wow! For those of you who need the link, here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know where to go from there. That is I think like
okay,
we just
and
reached
that is
chaos
exactly
level
the
max.
reaction that I had when they sent that over. I'm like, can we just tone it down? And they're like, no, it has to
No,
be this.
it must
I'm
be
like,
this.
Okay.
He's so majestic.
I know.
Them
you can't
biceps,
stop
That's
though.
the word.
right?
Yeah, that's the word.
And the
That-
piercing
that's-
eyes.
That's
Just
one
like-
word to use it.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I look up at chat and the very first thing I see is Baron von Gosu got shot straight in the skull by one of the security guards. What is going on?
Oh,
I guess
yeah,
you're a widow
people are
then.
doing heists on there.
Oh.
So speaking of unicorn related people,
Oh no.
anybody caught up on WWE right now?
Not yet.
No. I have a
'cause-
friend who keeps me kind of caught up on it.
What
so.
What is that? Faction called the New Day, which is Imagine UFC with like a soap opera thrown in. It's the best soap on TV in my humble opinion. And basically, there's a group of 3 sort of gospel singers, but they're obsessed with unicorns. So they're all like 6'4", 6'5", stacked men who all have like unicorns on their heads. It sounds dumb, but they're easily the most entertaining thing in WWE right now because all 3 were so underutilized. They were just given free reign to do what they want. And I can't miss an episode now. I'm like, I've got to watch it just for these 3 giant men acting like gospel singers, looking like unicorns. What's not to love?
Nice.
It's so. If you don't even like watch wrestling, just check it out.
Multiple
'Cause
things. Not to love.
I'm just impressed by our topics and chaos. Like
I'm shocked.
I never thought that was going to happen.
We haven't even pulled out
all
the
the things
cards.
that could have happened.
I know,
I know.
right? We don't even need the cards tonight. That's how fantastic this episode is. I wasn't even worried
Yep.
about it.
Pink card.
yeah, you
pink
basically invited Sam and I. We can just talk to each other and
There you
turn
go.
our
Yeah,
own
that
room
works.
for like an hour. That's what I do 3 days a week.
There you go.
It's
So.
beautiful.
Oh.
But I don't think Killer. Did you say what you wanted for Christmas?
So I'm probably going to be getting bed sheets and a Lego set. Anything I
and a
really,
pony.
No, I don't want to.
Pony.
I'm good. Although, since my
A
roommate,
manicorn.
You need dishes.
I already have dishes now because my roommate moved out, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm all by myself now for the very first time in 7 years."
How's that going? Are you dancing around? Like, I would be dancing around. Like, it's like...
Sam and Baya would know this. But it's called the helicopter.
Oh my god! Why would you put that thought in my head? Oh my god!
Now, are you doing this?
Are
with,
we
like,
rated M for mature?
We are.
Oh, we are now.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
always.
God,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, did you
Are
have?
we actually on Chatterbait right now?
What?
Did you have the slick surface so you could do the Tom Cruise slide in?
No. No, there's only one part, and
You
that's
did
the
that.
kitchen.
Yes, you did that at our house.
Yeah, I did that at your house.
If
I
it's
think
not a risky
Markion's
business
reaction
entrance,
is
it's not an
appropriate
entrance.
in chat.
Whoa.
So no, and this has led to me. Is like, I guess I need to. I don't want to rent this house anymore because it's too expensive and it's too big, or it's too expensive for me for renting a house. So my goal is to buy a house very soon, within the next 2 months.
Nice. That's impressive. That's an adult move right there.
Then you'll have
It
to
is.
like
I've kind of
rip
been
out all the
pressuring you for
electrical or
last year.
something. There's a crack in the structure somewhere, and yeah.
But it's going
So-
to lead to. Go ahead.
Nothing. It's funny. It's like
Oh.
everyone that I know is buying houses, and I'm more like that's such a big commitment.
It
and I'm
is.
like, I can't
Yeah.
commit to finishing a game.
I'm
Like,
yeah.
my levels are just different than yours.
I'm
It's
with
cool.
you there. 'cause
No.
Games I've started this month and haven't
Oh,
finished.
Yeah.
At least a couple of those I've not even started.
I haven't
I actually haven't even started
Fallout 4
Tomb
either,
Raider.
Yeah.
so.
I purchased Tomb Raider. I purchased Special Edition. Haven't played it yet.
I feel
Can't
like
wait for
there's
that
been
to
like
come out.
they just like sucked like we had this dearth
Mhm.
of game that we all thought of from like a hype level, but there were awesome games coming out. Like I was playing awesome games that I was enjoying, like Armello, and then like
Shout out to Dirty Bomb.
and Dirty
Oh,
Bomb.
I haven't
of
played that
course,
in a
yeah.
while.
Yeah, it
I
has
need to
been
play
a
that
while.
again.
And then like we just got like a bonanza of like games, and then
It
like
was too many.
everyone's like I don't feel like any of them have been like the best game ever. Like
Mhm.
Fallout, everyone was like, this is gonna be the best RPG, like period, and no one had played it yet, and I'm like. And now, like, I don't know, none of them have been, like, I know that, like, a bunch of games won awards, and, like,
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Syndicate won Best Game of the Year for one award show and stuff.
Really?
Okay.
So, like, I know that games are, like, winning stuff, but, like, I'm not, like, hearing every day, you have to play this.
Play this game,
like, yeah. From anything
Right.
that came out.
Yeah.
For me,
Other than Fallout, because everybody wants to watch me play Fallout, but I'm not gonna do
Yeah.
that.
you bring up an interesting subject. What is everyone's favorite game this year?
Oh, yeah, it's true.
I'm the absolutely wrong person to ask that because I don't
Oh,
think I've
really?
played anything that came out this
Really?
year.
Really,
Is there
Bio.
anything I've played that came out this year? Like so
Final Fantasy
people on
VII
RCM like
Remake
put their
12?
money together and got me Fallout 4, which was awesome. Very grateful for it, but at the same time, it's just like I've not even installed it yet because I'm
Really?
just busy doing everything except for playing video games.
God, Bio, really?
I know. It's weird. Like I'm scrolling down here through Steam, and I
now have to make sure the game that's on my agenda actually came out this year, because this could be
I
embarrassing.
played
if it-
Elite Dangerous. I've played Guild Wars 2 quite a bit,
Yeah.
but those aren't necessarily like Elite Dangerous came out this year, I think.
I thought it came out
But-
last year.
I think it
Did
did.
it? Okay, then I've not even done that.
I think
I played the new expansion for Guild Wars a bit, but I've been playing Core more than anything.
for us, the RCM people, a lot of us have just now picked up Elite Dangerous. So
Yeah. Oh,
Mm.
Rocket League. Rocket League
Yeah,
came out
Rocket
this year,
League.
right? So I've
Oh
played
yeah, okay,
that.
that
Yeah.
would be the
That-
one
that
thing I can
counts.
say that I've
That's
played.
that's the only game I bought twice and never played.
Really?
I have it on my PS4 and my PC, not played it yet.
Okay.
It's fun, actually. And I
It's
think I
it
know
looks
what
me in
really
bursts.
good.
Like I wouldn't. I'd be fine with not playing it for a while and then playing it again.
I couldn't get into it. Like quite a few people in my community were really into it, and I
Mhm.
just, like, it was fun, but I didn't, like, want to play it. That sounds really bad.
I
If there was something
Like-
better, there probably if there was another game, you would rather play that game. I played it on the PS4 because I had PS Plus, so it was a free for a download.
Yeah, that's the only reason I got it.
Yeah, same.
Well, the funny thing is, I got it, it's like, okay, I played for like 30, 40 minutes, like, it doesn't interest me. Then everyone started playing it on RCM. Then
and then we all started like poking at you, like, Killer, why won't you play Rocket
well, someone
League
actually
with
bought
us?
the game for me. He's like, I'm not gonna play it unless our CEO did a YouTube video, a very embarrassing YouTube video, but he hasn't done it yet, so
He keeps saying he's thinking about it.
he keeps forgetting.
Yeah,
Don't you
that's
know he got a doctor note about that? Remember?
Yeah, I know. I'm just
Someone's
saying,
getting
there's
called out right
the reason you should play Rocket League, Killer, and I've said this before. How many games do I actually play when you think about it?
There's going to be more. We're just
see.
going to start
Not
buying
very
games
much.
at random.
Okay.
And there are and when I do purchase a game, like if Steam's having a sale and I pick up a few things here and there, how long does it take between the time that I pick it up and when I actually download it on the computer, right? And then there's the gap between, okay, now it's on the computer and I've got, without screwing up everything, hold on a second.
Just gonna screw up everything.
I can literally just shift the thing. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games actually downloaded on my computer. I have played... No, I've actually played all of these at this point. So 11. 11.
If you're a mutant,
11
you're probably-
games?
11, yes. And not for very much, but Rocket League I don't know. It's not something I feel the need to play all the time, but if I want to play something with a friend, okay, it interests me enough that it's like, hey, let's hop on for like 30 minutes and run around. And I don't even care about scoring the goals. I just want to drive around in the car.
That's understandable.
No.
See, I think I would have had more answers if it were last year. Because
Yeah.
Child of Light was pretty awesome. Elite Dangerous came out last year.
Child of Light came out last year. I've got that on my Xbox.
I really do want to play Child of Light.
So do I.
It
I
is,
just have
it's a really cleverly made game, in my opinion.
They're coming out with a sequel.
Really?
Nice,
Oh, they-
okay.
I did not know
I
that.
think that either that or they're doing. Maybe it was a book collection, like an art collection. That was what it was.
The art is
Now I have to
gorgeous
look
on
this
that
up.
game. It's really good.
Now I have to look this up.
A Shovel Knight came out last year. I love the crap out of Shovel Knight.
So can I reframe the question a little bit?
Okay.
Okay.
I
Frame-
do this, and
frame
you're actually going to see it in a week and a half for one of the upcoming articles for the Accidental Podcaster. But one of my end of year things every year is I do the soundtrack for if you were to think of the past year as a movie. Okay, you can set up whatever soundtrack you want for it. What song playlist would you set up that would describe how your year went if this was a movie? So and it doesn't have to be songs that were released in that year. It's just songs that you listen to, songs that really made an impact that tells that story. So going along those lines, not necessarily what games came out this year did you play, but what games did you play a lot of this year, and what about it made you want to play those? And if it was something that came out like 5 years ago or whatever, was it something you'd never played before? Was it something that you loved and then you just got back into? I mean, what does your year in gaming look like for 2015?
Mine is like 4 games. Gears of War Remastered,
Mhm.
because Gears of War is like my
Yeah.
franchise when it comes to gaming. Ori and the Blind Forest, which is mentioned by...
Okay.
Where did that go? Somebody in chat mentioned it. Eyes are gone cross-eyed. Where's it gone?
PJ Dux.
Yes, there we go. That was weird. My chat just went
I
completely
totally
haywire.
butchered your name, but yeah.
Ori and the Blind Forest made me cry in about 45 seconds. That
Yep.
game was amazing. Rainbow Six Siege, I was all kinds of hyped for, and
Yeah.
the hype is real. Xbox because I'm a Lord, but don't judge me for that. Just because my PC sucks. But my game that I played the most this year actually came out this year, so it's definitely my game of the year. could give you all 10 guesses, and I don't think any of you would get it. It's a game called Jump Jet Rex, which, if you've never played, has the best soundtrack. Familiar. It's the best soundtrack of any video game, and it's rage-inducing, but in the best kind of way. It's an old-school coin collector. I'm not sure. It's a Steam game. It's made by Mike from Filthy Casual Clothing Company. He also makes games on the side because he's just that much of a G. And yeah, hands down, Jump Jet Rex is the game I played the most.
Alright.
And I'm really bad at it as well, which... it's just... Oh, yeah. And it was also the first game I successfully streamed live. So that was...
There you go.
Part of...
That makes it close to your heart. Yeah.
I tried to stream Dying Light and my computer literally died. I was like, oh. Never mind that then. It literally died on me.
Well.
Man, yeah, I'll go second. I think for me, it is this year's of games. Yeah, Ice is going through like everything that I finished. I mean, I did finish quite a bit, I guess, because I played Alien Isolation a lot beginning of the year. I love that game.
I'm still hiding in the first room. I'm too scared.
No, dude, me and that alien went head to head, and like I sent him packing.
I gave myself a bloody nose the first time I played it.
Wow.
I jumped. That game.
I jumped, hit myself in the face with the controller, turned it.
Wow.
Great.
Happens.
I definitely have to agree. Ori and the Blind Forest is like one of the games of the year for me. And I definitely think though, if I had to pick the game to define my year, it would have to be Mario, and here's why.
Is it Mario Maker, you mean?
No.
Oh,
okay.
Mario the original.
Oh,
okay.
Old school.
Okay. Your chat was kind of talking Mario earlier.
Yeah. So, Mario. I have never played Mario until this year, at all.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to have like a Nintendo or anything.
Okay.
And so my chat was like, "You should play Mario," and I was like, "Okay, how bad could this be, right?" Like, we have an entire like Arlington monument to Mario in my channel. Like the death span acreages of different, and like each cemetery headstone has a different cry of Petra going, "Shit, no, no, why?"
So I'm seeing a clarification in chat that she murdered Mario
That's what I'm
over
saying
and
too.
over and
Yeah,
over.
like I like people tune in to watch me play Mario for the sake of like pure like masochistic pleasure, because they literally watch me make the same jump 15, 20 times in the exact same way and never learn from it ever until I finally did it, and then I saved, and then I moved on, did it again and again.
The ability to save Mario is a new thing.
Well, because it's save state, I had an emulator so I could do save states, and that was the only way I got through that game. And then like, but like I wait for it because there is like some big picture stuff here. It was the first year ever streaming. Huge amount of challenges with that. Just life, but at the same time, incredible reward and success in my personal feeling about it. First time working with a major like publishing company with Ubisoft. That happened. Then also I feel like with the shift towards the end of my year, taking on this new job and like balancing that with casting has been extremely challenging for me, and extremely heartbreaking in a lot of ways, because I can't be the same way that I was when I first started streaming, and the last like few months has been basically like 12-hour working days, and cast and Twitter for me is just like kind of dried up, and yet they still show up, and I'm so grateful. But it's been heartbreaking for me, because it's like, how do I balance all these things? So at the same time that like I still, you know, find it incredibly rewarding as well as frustrating. So yeah, like that was my big picture, like Mario being that like 20 times out of like 100, like I'll get it. But I still get it, and I get to win the princess at the end, and she's in the freaking tower, not in a different one.
Nice.
Damn it. So yeah, I definitely, I think that would be my game of the year. I do have to say though, Rainbow Six Siege has been just like, I love it. I wish I could play more of it lately. I'm looking forward to playing more. The one I would say that surprised me the most was Assassin's Creed. We can play on Xbox. I don't play that console stuff, but
Come on,
Xbox
join the
is
bastard
like,
race.
I like shit on Xbox only because it makes people so angry. You got the
got a
Elite
nice
controller. Nice.
Nice.
I have the advantage. I can't use a keyboard and mouse anymore just to shoot things.
It's the only way I can. But
I'd like
I have to
Counter-Strike
say,
for that.
okay.
Uh-oh.
Friendship.
Xbox has been opened.
Yeah, the one that surprised me the most though this year, other than Ori and the Blind Forest, but that was award-winning, like fantastic, was actually Assassin's Creed China, which was a platformer 2D. They ported out, they hired a third-party company, and I have to say that one was my first Assassin's Creed I finished, and it surprised me, and I thought it did very well. So I'm looking forward to the two others that are kind of come out, which is India and Russia. But yeah, so that's my 2015 games. Yeah.
Nice.
What else? That and D&D.
That counts.
That counts.
But what about you?
Never played D&D.
It's fun. If you have a good game master.
I can't think of. I have done absolutely. I can think of it other than playing Elite Dangerous and Guild Wars 2. I've not played much of anything this year. I have a friend who's working on a novel, so I've been in crunch time with him.
You've played Quiplash
looking
with
at
me.
chapters.
That'll
And,
count.
yeah, Quiplash doesn't count.
It does count.
It does.
What's Quiplash?
Games.
Quiplash
It's made
has
by the people
achievements.
who
It
made
counts.
You Don't Know Jack, and it's one of those. Yeah.
The Jackbot
Mhm.
party is under.
Yeah, there are a couple of others alongside Quiplash. I forgot what they were called.
You've played Quiplash with me.
There's-
You've played. You're the one who made me get Rocket League because then you're the one who also
Did I
made me
make
get a
you get it?
controller. Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, the controller part. Yes, it's not worth playing with keyboard and mouse on that one. It's a whole lot better on controller. But I mean, I haven't spent that much time doing it though. In fact, if anything, I feel like I've not been in TeamSpeak nearly as much as I used to in previous months at least, because it's just been crunch time everywhere else. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I look forward to games. There are plenty I have on my list of. I want to play that, like when Tomb Raider drops on PC, the new one. Definitely going to play that at some point. I'm just saying.
but I'm gonna play it.
I'm going to step out there and say something, but I think that was a stupid decision to only release it on the Xbox at first. Because
It was a
Sam,
brilliant
you and I are
decision.
not going to be. You're just making this harder to be friends with you.
Well, I think they recently released the stats for the top grossing games for November, which Tomb Raider dropped in, and it wasn't even top 10. So the whole idea of like, we'll get way more sales if we do it this way, apparently it didn't work.
I actually heard an interesting theory about that the other day, that because Microsoft paid essentially for the original reboot, or the new reboot, this was like, they had to like pay
I'm
it
sure
back
there was
some
something
way.
like that.
Yeah.
But it completely pissed everyone off, because like PC and
I'm fine with
PS4
it.
was Tomb Raider. Yeah, well, you also play the controller. Anyway, so yeah.
If you want to lay down the challenge, I'm sure I can brush off my Counter-Strike 1.6 skills. I only have 4,900 hours in that game.
1v1 me. 1v1
I can
me. What's up?
relearn the key and mice if I have to.
I
It'll
will
be like a
take that
montage.
and not
It'll be a
expect
montage.
anything either way.
Like all
Because
my
it would just be
relationships.
But that seems to me probably why. But I think that it was a bad decision on their part. So
Yeah, I
also-
think I'm along the same mindset as you, that there had to have been some business dealing that, here, we're
Yeah.
going to give you money, or there's something behind the scenes that definitely encouraged, okay, for the next one, it will be an exclusive for, 3 months. Because it's not like it's cut off for everyone.
Yeah.
It's just
No.
that everybody else has to wait, which...
It also strikes me as very weird, because Microsoft, when launching the Xbox One going into its second year, said they want to move away from third-party priority. That's why That's why PlayStation got the Call of Duty maps. That's why a lot of non-in-home studios are getting priority on PlayStation. I was like, so why is Tomb Raider here? Because this is the exact opposite of what you said you wanted to do. You want to focus on your own games, not paying for third party.
Right. Well, and we've talked about this on other shows, not on tap per se, but that is kind of a similar thing with Microsoft and the Halo franchise. Whereas there have been a lot of people who keep asking them every year when they have something in the pipe, where it's like, hey, when's the PC release going to drop? They do a Master Chief Collection, it goes to Xbox One, and I kind of see where they're getting at, but at the same time, it's like, you have people asking for it, and
The reason I can clear up the Halo.
They've done
reasoning.
Xbox One ports before, or Xbox 360 ports.
Yeah. The reason that Master Chief Collection was only on Xbox One was they realized they couldn't launch an Xbox console without a Halo, so they rushed it out shortly after. And Halo 5 was to sell more Xboxes to catch up with PlayStation. Right. They're like, we don't want to put it on our PCs because we need to shift these Xboxes, so here's our main franchise. I kind of get why they're doing that. Yes, PC players.
I do too. It's just one of those things where over time you would think, because at one point they used 2, I think, to help ship Vista, the PC version. So it's just like, do it for 10 then. Make it where it only works on the newest DirectX. They've been pushing that for a while.
With Gears of War 1, it came out for PC, I think, a year or maybe 8 months down the line with extra content that was PC only to shift something that they wanted to also sell on PC. I think it was a new graphics card or something at the time.
Sure, yeah.
Run this game and get these new maps that you can't play anywhere else.
It's very interesting why people make these decisions.
Yeah.
There's always a story, and we only hear it about 25% of the time.
Oh, yeah.
I still know. I am dying to know what did.
Wait,
I can't pronounce his name properly. Hiko Kojima, the guy behind Middle.
Kojima, yeah.
He did something at Konami. I don't know whose wife he slept with, whose daughter he punched, but he did something, which is why he's getting executed from that company. It's
I'm kind of surprised they're doing it this way. I thought usually, okay, I'm going to be a little racist here. I thought usually they hand them the sword, like, all right, you know what to do, and they commit seppuku. I'm just saying. That's the samurai way, is it not?
It's one of those interesting cultural things, though. I mean, you do have a point with that, even though that part is kind of tongue-in-cheek thing. But the way, Japan's one of those countries where if a company's doing bad, the CEO will publicly take a pay cut as a way to try and save PR or something like that.
They face.
Yeah. But then you see this with Konami, and from a Western perspective, it looks really nasty for us. Holy crap, you guys are douchebags.
Did you hear how the employees were being treated out there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For those, I'll quickly give you a brief rundown of how they were treated. All their emails were monitored, so they couldn't say anything that wasn't work related. Their lunch breaks were time coordinators. You on lunch now, 15 minutes, eat at your desk. They weren't allowed to speak to anyone in other departments. It was run like a prison almost.
Sure.
Wow.
It was it got pretty.
Which makes you
intense
wonder how some of that stuff was leaked to the YouTuber Super Bunny Hop.
Yeah,
they tried to use the DMCA to take down his account of some of the breakdown between them, Kojima and Konami. It's just it's a wonder that stuff even left the building if they were that strict about things.
Yeah.
People
find a way.
Crazy.
People find a way. Anyway,
so
back to more happy news.
What was if you could have one moment from gaming this year, what would it be?
Now, what do you mean by one moment?
So I'll give you my example. Is earlier in the year for 8-Bit Salute, I got the chance to 1v1 Faith Harrison, who was a former Fragdoll who competed at Halo 2, and I got to 1v1 her at Halo 2, and I wrecked her. And I've never seen her more angry. I've never seen myself more happy. She's like, I can't believe you just beaten me. It was 22 hours into a 24-hour stream, so I took advantage of her like being very awake, sleep deprived. But I was like, yes,
whatever advantage you can get.
This is live on stream. I just beat a former pro of Halo 2 at Halo 2. I'm gonna run back to my country before I get beaten up. I'll be on the next flight home.
Don't worry,
yeah, that's my
stop you at Boston to have a little tea party.
I've been to Boston. Very nice place.
Yes. Trying to think. I guess for me in this little kiss up year, it'll sound that way, but the getting involved with OSD was a really cool thing for us because, starting in January, we had this idea for the channel, what we're going to do and all that, and we didn't think we'd be, for example, getting to talk to the two of you and bringing in other streamers to talk about their stuff and what they're doing.
We did, just not this soon.
Yeah.
There was a long-term plan. It's actually in the notebook. We had a long-term plan for like the next 5 years. Like this is what our ultimate goal is, and this is what we think we can reasonably attain. And then in 2015, we just kind of kicked all of it out.
Right.
So, nice.
So it worked a lot faster than we thought it was going to. Yeah. So sorry.
Another thing I can think of that was a great moment in gaming this year for me was seeing Greg Miller's acceptance speech. I don't know if you guys saw it at the Game Awards.
I missed it. I heard it was fantastic.
Okay. It so resonated with me on gaming. PetraCat working with the publisher, you can appreciate this, where he picked a random person out of the credits of a game he had played and was just like, everybody skips through this stuff, but look at all these people who are involved in making this stuff. And as, a culture critic, he admits, we like to crap on things. I mean, not necessarily that they love to, but when it comes in, they're going to crap on it if it's bad. But it represents years of work for them. Mm-hmm. And just the way, the whole speech went, was just like, yeah, that's awesome. That was a great moment in gaming, I think. And he's done his part, having left IGN, which is more of a corporate structured venue, to start his own with some other people on YouTube. Yes. He's kind of shaking things up for games journalism a bit, which is something I've kind of kept an eye on. So it's just like, awesome. No, that's great. I like the idea of the quote-unquote citizen game journalist, where these people are doing really cool things. We don't have to worry as much about payola, although we've seen it kind of pop up with Machinima this year, where the FTC kind of hit them with something. But seeing a lot of smaller people or big names going solo, Jim Sterling is another example of that. And just being like, no, that's awesome. You guys do you. Yeah, it's great. So I think that's another great moment in gaming, is that we're seeing kind of personalities going on their own. They're kind of rejecting the previous model of things, and they're shaping their own place, which is great.
And I linked it in the chat, but if you look on the Operation Supply Drop ambassadors, whose face do you see? None other than Mr. Greg Miller.
Indeed, yeah.
I had a funny incident with him last summer. Him and Adam Kovic were walking along at RTX. Oh my god, it's Greg Miller, I must get a photo, and asked this guy next to Greg Miller to take the photo. And after he took the photo and walked off, I was like, that was Adam Kovic I just asked to take that photo. I've just made an idiot of myself.
I think my favorite moment...
Petra's okay if you say meeting me.
Yeah. Of course. I think for me the personally was like standing on the floor at E3. That
nice.
Yeah.
That like I had always wanted to go to E3, and I think it's a lot of people's dreams to go to E3.
I'm dying to go.
Yeah, like getting to go and be there and stand on the floor and be able to talk to devs about the game that, like, then to your point, Bio, like they are passionate. Like that's their work, and that's like it really to me made it very personal about Rainbow Six. I think that's why, like, when I see people in chats or like the subreddit being like they don't care, like they're just there for the money, and I'm like, sure, like in any company, some percentage is there for the money, but like you don't slave for 3-5 years on a game without having a serious commitment. And if anything, at the end of the day, you just want to get it over the line. And somebody being like, they don't give a shit, and you're like, I can't even handle you right now. Like, you know,
that's in all sorts of venues,
kind of my moment.
I saw that in healthcare software as well, where you had some people that were so passionate because they realized, okay, my product is going to be used to make sure that doctors know that this kid's already gotten these vaccinations, so it's a health safety thing, and they take their job very seriously. And then you'd see some people that just kick their feet back, and I mean, it's in all sorts of fields with it.
Like to play tech.
Yeah. I mean, killer.
So that was for me though. Like standing on the floor and being like, "This will never happen again."
I am here.
Hopefully,
I have made it
next year for something. So did it? I guess it made it feel real for you that, you know, like, I'm part of this industry now.
Yeah, like it definitely like made it real that, like, oh, I get it. Like because I think, like, and I think I've talked about it when I was last on, is that being a solo gamer for so long in like a small town, like I did not feel that connection.
Right.
And then I started being involved in Twitch and Fragdals, and like it just grew and grew and grew. And then it was like to be there at like the epitome of like industry event, and it was just like, holy shiznit. And like we're huge. We're like video games are like taking over and influencing and like doing so much more every single day in our society, and we have a whole generation that does not care if it's PC, handheld, like mobile, Facebook game. They game, and they don't even think about it as gaming. They think about it as normal.
And $91.5 billion industry expected to be in revenue by the end of the year. And crazy.
DLC.
Like, it's DLC. And like that just makes me like, it made me stand there and like people, and then the events and going to Twitch, and then I went to PAX Prime for my second year, and I remind people on my cast to, like, when we talk about this, that like we as Twitch people, and another great one was going to the Twitch headquarters, which is fantastic. Thank you, Siren, wherever she is. It brought it home to me that like we have a very special like community that's even smaller, that we represent like of the people who are most probably involved on a certain level. And and then within that there's actually industry people who work in video games. But there's whole people who like play one game and that's it. And they have zero concept of all these other games we're talking about and would never be interested. And and they're still a gamer. Like and so it's a sorry?
Nothing. I did not call the Call of Duty scene out.
So, like, or League. Like, I played League for an entire year and didn't play anything else other than Skyrim and Civ 5. And then I was like, oh, right, League. Let's put that down. So it just brought it home for me about, like, that. Like, that it made me feel very much like I'm like, and the other thing about it, I would say, is that, like, we help make decisions as people who are vocal. They made a decision with Rainbow Six Siege to keep casual and ranked and have a different HUD display for ranked. And immediately I was like, that's not okay. Because I know as a competitively like minded player in League, you practice to do ranked. You should keep the communities like parity. And people were like, nah, it'll be fine. Like people weren't really competitive. And like, I was like, no, it's not going to last because you got to have somewhere to practice for real game. And sure enough, they had to change this week, announced they're gonna make them parody. So like it's just interesting. Finally, I think it's my first experience of saying something and then seeing it happen in games and being like, wow.
They should have named it the Petra Patch. Just saying.
Yes.
The Petra Patch. Like, I'm sure there was like so many more other people talking about this, but it was
it was all you, Petra. All you.
It was all you. Just like look.
Look like. Yeah, they did the whiteboard too. That was really cool. Like talking about with the developers being like, we need a whiteboard strategy thing, and then they have it in a browser. Like, I think for all the things that people complain, like game companies don't listen to us, like they have to listen to us more than ever.
Definitely, because there's so many games. Where I wouldn't say, I don't know, maybe we're at a saturation point, maybe we're not, but so many games are dropping in a year That it's like, okay, you're not the only show in town, and franchise name is only going to take you so far. So you've got to get this
anymore.
right.
Yeah,
and you got to make sure if there's a problem, you fix it pretty quick. As an example of one that didn't, the people at Team 17 released Worms World Party, which I used to play all the time back in like 2004. They released a remastered HD version, and I do that with kind of quotes because it was not all that remastered. And people just took a dump on the forums about it. Just like, you guys didn't even, do this and this and this. And the menu's not HD, but you're calling it an HD remaster. And I mean, you've got to get it right. You got to get it right in the first couple of months, or it's just because you're not going to keep going unless it's you've got a competitive scene.
Yeah.
You've got to go to the next product.
And the devs do sit in those forums. Like they are reading everything you're saying. And if you every day went to your job and had your entire community sitting there saying like reading everything, that feedback, and then you also have to do your day job,
yeah,
internet's rough.
There's actually a show based on that now.
Yes.
Really?
Have any of you watched a show called Presented with Comment?
No.
It's a new achievement hunter show, and so what they do is a guy named Jeremy goes through all of their YouTube videos from the previous week, looks at the comments, looks at the subreddits, looks at their website comments, and he makes a quiz show about it, where he reads the question, and he reads a comment, so it'd be like, fuck Jack, why did Jack ever exist, why is Jack alive, why does he make videos, and you're like, so what video was that from, and where was it found? Wow. And like, it's one of the best things I've seen this year.
Wow, I have to look
That's an
that
interesting
up. What
concept.
is it called?
Presented with Comment. I'll see if I'll find the YouTube at the first episode.
Presented with Comment.
I think it's
That's a really interesting idea, because they know. I know, because I've talked to the devs. They're like, yeah, that guy. They know every single one of those. Like, the guy who's sitting there every day, like, on his soapbox, they know him and they know what he cares about. Yeah. And every time something new comes out, they're like, what is he gonna say? Okay.
With Rainbow Six Siege, when I was looking at the forums for it, there was one funny patch they'd done during the beta where they'd finally realized it's not a clip, it's a magazine. And it's like, there was a Killer McCoy who was in there just like, stop calling it a clip.
It's a magazine.
It's a magazine. This is a military strategy game.
Use the correct terminology.
They're intense. There's like two communities that I engage with Rainbow Six Siege. One is like the guys who are like, they're dancing on the hot tub, and they're going around corners with the drones, making jumps and stuff, and they just and they're still good at the game, right? And then there's guys I've played with who are just go left, right, sweep, move, go, okay, move on. They're extremely tactical, and I love both sides of it. But it's so funny that game is I've never had another game that has done that in the same way.
Yeah, it's very unique, which is why I've been really loving it.
Yeah. It's funny though, I say that and I go, I definitely know League people who are that way.
But that's as somebody who's never played League
after it.
That scene in my head. It's just everyone shouting at each other.
Yeah.
Stop feeding the other team.
Yeah, but
I'm just getting used to this character.
Yeah, I've had amazing games where we just dicked around and went from bush to bush, just played hide and go seek the entire game, and the enemies started being like, "What are you doing?"
We had a team.
You're not playing hide and seek the right way.
We had a team that threw themselves at us, killing themselves, and they were just like, "Oh man, how are you guys doing this? Are you guys hacking?" And it was just like, okay, I respect what these guys are doing. This is kind of fun.
Yeah. So I don't know, maybe every game has it, but
I think Rainbow has a very unique mindset where it's either let's mess about or we are here to win. And it was hilarious. I was watching Tracy, Magic Nation Tracy, stream it a couple of days ago, and there's somebody on her team was like, "You don't know what you're doing. Yes, you got." And she's just like, "I'm a pro coach for the game. I think I know what I'm doing." But she's like, "I'm just gonna be quiet and have this random man shout at me."
Yeah.
And then the random man was like first to die, and you hear him go, "What?" It was just one of those moments like, I'm so glad I was here for this.
Amazing.
Yeah, typically the people who are so freaked out about it die first.
Yeah.
Died all of in the chat. If you don't dance on the hostage with your drone, you're doing it wrong. Hostage dance is a requirement.
Is that a requirement?
Yeah,
We had
apparently
an
it's a requirement.
amazing-
This is
I
why
died
love
the
Yeah.
other day playing Rainbow because I can't remember the name of the level, but it's the one with the biker club where the stripper pole is.
Yes, the clubhouse.
I was on offense, and I was just like running around that pole, like giving the stream a bit of a show, and I just got straight up shot.
I'll just browse my Rainbow Six Siege Tactics book to make sure that I've got the right one.
I'll just
Sorry.
browse mine. It's up here.
Oh!
Shots fired.
Yeah, the clubhouse is it.
Yeah, the clubhouse.
With
That's
the,
it.
yeah.
On that very level, also had my most outrageous moment that will never happen to me in a video game again. It was we're on defense. The offense took out 3 of our team and put my other teammate down, so it was 5-on-1. I was a recruit sledge, so I was like, I haven't got sledge. I can't use anyone else.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, we're going to lose this. Somehow, managed to kill 4 of their team, pick up my teammate, and then kill the 5th. And this is all live. I was like, I did this. I just did this. And I was like, I can't play. I need to play another game now because I'm never going to play that well again in my life.
I don't know. The soundtrack. You're the best around. Nothing's ever keep you down.
We've been talking a lot about Siege, but yeah, like
It's a damn good
I don't know.
game.
I'd be curious what other people had as their top gaming moment, like Killer and Baroness.
Just getting a controller into my hands was sort of a huge gaming moment for
For her,
all
it
of
was.
us.
It really was. It really was.
I mean, it's not that I haven't gamed before. It's just it was kind of like Bio. It's like I'm always busy, and I never like up until we decided that we were gonna do on tap. I never had like the equipment for it. It's like, you know, I there were games I was interested in. I would occasionally play Sims and stuff, you know, because it was on PC. But then when I switched over to laptop, I mean, I couldn't run most of the stuff that did interest me. And then when I could run stuff, it's like I just didn't have time. So just having the stuff to do it this year, and then, you know, having the encouragement, like, you know, if it was kind of weird when we decided to do on tap in the first place, because it's like, okay, well, I'm going to moderate a show. I'm a very introverted person, and it's on a gaming network, and those are 2 things that I don't do. So how is this going to work? So
Right, yeah.
yeah, just, I mean, getting the controller in my hands, so to speak, is just sort of the big thing for me. And it has been a hell of a lot more fun than I ever thought it was going to be. So
Nice.
We told you.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I got right, and I haven't glued the rhinestones on it yet, but I'm totally blinging this thing
It's gonna
out.
happen. It's gonna happen.
It is. It's gonna be pretty.
There's no real. No, I think I can only think of 2. One is we were doing. Aaron's gonna get a little bit big head about this.
He's not listening right now. I can
Oh,
hear
thank
him
God.
upstairs. Get it out quickly. He's coming back.
Okay. Anyway, we decided to do a race, playing Bloodborne. 'Cause, you know.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I had played it, you know, for about 6 or 7 months, a couple of months before more than he had. So I'd actually gotten pretty far. So it was like, oh, this is going to be easy, because he was playing it. It's like he kept asking me questions. Like, this is going to be easy. We're going to see who can beat the other. I swear to God.
I watched the stream. I don't know what the hell happened, because I kept private messaging him like, "Oh, that was so nice of you to let him do that." And he's like, "I'm not letting him do anything."
I didn't let him do a single damn thing. I was just like, he killed like the first boss on his very first try. It's like, really? Okay.
That's not possible.
Well, it's not it's not impossible, but it's very improbable.
Yeah.
It happened.
Okay, it's like, okay, you know what? I was going slow because we were doing a drinking game. Just like, every time you died, you had to take a drink.
Mhm.
I was trying to play it very conservative. Hit me in the ass. Okay, cool. He beat me on the first boss. That's great. He didn't know where the second boss was, though. So I thought, aha, I can get him on that one. But no, he found him. He beat him before I did. So I was humbled. I
seriously thought you were just,
No, I
the
didn't.
entire time, and then it
I
wasn't
didn't.
until the very end, and you were just like, I can't believe that happened. I was like, oh, you were serious. Okay.
I was serious. Yeah. I was serious. And I would have to say the other thing would be is somehow, some way, our own DTD convinced me or somehow to start playing WoW again.
Yeah. How about that?
I hadn't played
Just
WoW.
when I thought I was out, they pull me back in.
I looked up my account. I had been gone for 5 years.
Whoa.
You were just
That's-
upgrading to the second coin.
Gee.
Or was it?
That says something about how long WoW's been around, number
I
one.
Yeah.
know.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is very true. So I think those have to be my 2 moments for this year.
That's 2 pretty awesome moments.
Yeah.
Was it better when you went back?
Well, I think it was really, really different. I think
Yeah.
he was so excited about the new expansion coming out next year. I was like, okay, you know what? Let's see what's going on right now. I'm going to get reestablished, and when it does come out, I can play with them.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. I'm still leveling up, just see all the new content I had missed for the last 5 years.
Yeah. So, does it make you excited about the movie coming out? Or is the movie like, meh, whatever?
I might go see it. I'm not gonna,
I saw the trailer. I was kind of intrigued by it. And
Yeah.
I was intrigued too.
I mean, it looked interesting, and and I watched it. And I was intrigued before I found out it was the World of Warcraft movie, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, actually.
It should be intriguing if it's actually the very first video game movie ever. If it's actually decent and actually good, not just decent, okay, but everyone loves it.
Are you forgetting about the Doom movie?
Best movie of all time.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna call it a night.
Yeah, right.
If it's,
Actually,
if it's got Johnson in it, I will watch it.
actually, we are 11:15, and I know Baron has to get started at some point
Yes.
soon. But
Well, I was going to mention one
Yes.
more, and this was for the channel,
Mhm.
which we've had this kind of happen before, but we spiked up to 60 concurrent at one point, which was fantastic for us, with Baron playing Until Dawn from start to finish overnight, and he and I stayed up for it. I was handling chat, and Vario was handling chat a bit, and just seeing it spike like that, everybody was having fun. It was really crazy for us because we've not had... I mean, we have an occasional troll pop in, but we didn't have any problems at all. Everybody played nice, everybody popped in, they were all yelling at Baron about stuff. He managed to save Wolfie this time, redeemed himself. And I don't know, it was great to see that because there's been so much stuff that's kind of going around about how the gaming community is nasty and it's full of terrible people, and we had 60 people, and without anyone really... I mean, I was modding it and I didn't have to tell anybody. The only thing was no spoilers. So there's somebody who really wanted to say something, we're just like, hey, don't be that guy, just calm down. But we didn't have to... We had people from all over the place. Somebody was getting ready for work. She was putting on her makeup in the UK, and she was watching the stream while she was doing it. It was just like, this is nuts. And that's when you kind of see the different communities that can form on Twitch. You just go, no, it's pretty cool. And it, they're nasty people, but it's not like everybody out there is nasty. Just reach out there and treat each other like human beings, and you'll find that people are actually pretty cool. And they're from everywhere.
Mhm.
That's actually reminded me of one amazing moment for me this year that I completely forgot about until you just saying it. Like, whenever there's like a weird travesty, everyone's so quickly to blame video games. Like, oh, this person played video games, therefore video games are evil. But of all places, Playboy were actually at TwitchCon, and they wrote an article on Good Gaming that does, and they said, there's 40,000 people here right now, and they're all here because of their love for gaming, and within this Twitch community, they have raised $6 million for charity in the year already, and they listed some of the main charities, OSD, St. Jude, Extra Life, are all in the article, and I was like, why can't mainstream media do this? Why is it Playboy of all places have gone, hang on, video games aren't evil. They're actually like the communities are amazing and they do so much for everyone. We should probably highlight this because no one else is. And I was reading it. I was like, this is. I work for this charity. I think it was I think it was Miss Vixen with by them. That's how it ended up on my timeline. I was like, this is really weird but amazing at the same time.
Yeah, and you can look at the demographics as well, because there have been kind of some pushing things about demographics and stuff. And if you look at, for example, the fighting game community, I've heard stories of people who were went to a fighting game tournament, and they're with somebody, and they're like, okay, well, you're here to play the game. It's like, well, no, actually, my wife's here. She's a pro fighting game player. And it's just like, nice.
Yeah.
So it's like it's crazy that some of these things kind of get pushed, and when you look and go, no, I mean, a lot of these people, they talk crap. Like we were just joking earlier about PC versus console. But it's like, no, when we get down to it, we're kind of as a whole gigantic genre of buckets within buckets within buckets. I don't want to say we're marginalized, which that's not true at all, but very much an idea that there's this stereotype of what a gamer is, and it's kind of a negative one. It's like, no, actually, we have tons of different people with tons of different views, tons of different genres they're into. And it's like we're getting there. Like I said earlier, $91.5 billion industry, and it's only going to get bigger. And Hollywood has to take notice at some point, because we're starting
making more money than they are now. Almost.
Yeah.
And like I said, go ahead, Baroness.
I was just gonna say, you mentioned Hollywood. I'm just saying they should make House of RivalCast the movie. I mean, we've got plot twists in there like none other. It might do better as a soap, though.
I'd fund it. Let's get.
We can do that. We can do that. We can make that happen.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Rooster Teeth, the media company they crowdfunded a movie this year. Comes out in January.
Oh wow.
Okay.
What's it going to be on though?
Theatrical release, so it's actually going to be at theaters. The backers get sent the DVD like the week after it comes out. Well, the Blu-ray. Like these nerds who made Red vs. Blue in their spare room have now just made a movie that's going to be at cinemas, which is just bizarre in the best kind of way. And I was like, my friends are in that. I know these people.
Sorry, I gotta go check on something, guys. Sorry.
Did anyone have like a huge disappointing moment in video games this year? Was there anything there just like, oh?
Oh,
For me, it was Nintendo's Nintendo Direct at E3, or anything Nintendo have done this year. Because I've been wanting Pokemon Snap for Pokemon Snap 2. I'm dying for that game. Literally, I think everyone who plays Nintendo games is dying for Pokemon Snap 2. And every time I think they're gonna announce it, and no, they don't. And also, it seems they just don't care about the Wii U anymore. Like they're like, because we know Nintendo have got their next console coming out, and so I bought. Like, there's nothing to play on it right now apart from Smash Bros.
I have a friend in a very similar situation. It's just like, well, Netflix is really cool on it. It's just he has a point. Netflix and Amazon both are. I mean, with the pad, it's pretty handy.
Mine was Rainbow, not Rainbow, Ubisoft retiring Frag Dolls.
Yeah.
That was a huge disappointment for me. Yeah. Like I'm super happy with what they have offered for Roxy and Miss Magic through Match Grade Nation, but the Frag Dolls were really awesome, amazing community, and some of my best people I know on Twitch, and the girls themselves are fantastic people, and it's just sad that they just kind of let it die. So
I don't feel that was handled very well. Like Match Grade, all they did was get a job, and they at the beginning when it was first announced, they got a shitstorm sent their way.
Oh yeah.
Roxy and Tracy were sent as there was no warning about it. The Twitter suddenly went from Frag Dolls to Match Grade Nation, and people were like, "What is this? Why am I following this? Who are you?"
Yeah. No, I think it was a really in a year of really interesting conversations about women in gaming, I felt it was a really huge missed opportunity by Ubisoft's part to not leverage the fact that they've been supporting female gamers for over 10 years.
Right.
So, and putting them out there. And it was I felt a really interesting choice that it was disappointing. Yeah. So,
most definitely. I am wholeheartedly on that.
Yeah. So, and it seemed to be that from my conversations with people that's still like a gap that they miss. We had Saber and I did kind of a similar to Fragdoll's Friday, where we would just talk through news and talk through opinions and like what we've been playing, and people were like, "This is like, we missed this from Fragdoll's channel." And we haven't really been able to like find that niche again, despite as many of us who are still in the community or that community still stayed together. It's been really sad, I think, that we haven't like found that again. Yeah.
The thing that really hit it home for me with just how poorly that was handled, I was speaking to Meg Turney, who used to be at SourceFed, now Rooster Teeth, because she was like, "What is going on with this Match Grade Nation? What happened at Fragdolls?" I was like, "Have you guys not been sent any sort of like PR about it? Because somebody as big as Rooster Teeth should know that." And they're like, "No, what's going on?" So I was like, I was the one sort of telling her, going, "Hey, this is happening." And she's like, "Oh, well, that kind of makes sense now, but..."
Like, why? Yeah. Why? I don't know. I think it just seems like very, like, something behind the scenes must have shifted gears, and that definitely showed. And that was a sad thing.
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of gears, kicking up a notch, what are you most excited about in 2016? We've got games coming out. That's my segue.
I didn't hear everyone's disappointment, though. We just talked about
I was going to say,
God, Sam, come on,
we have several disappointing ones in the chat, actually.
Most of the disappointing moments, Sam not keeping on topic now.
So Baron Von Ghost, one of our hosts, was talking about Silent Hills being canned with the whole going back to Kojima and Konami with that, and that was something where Del Toro got involved, and after that, for a while there, I'm hoping he turns around, hoping Kojima and Del Toro go do their own thing and make a similar game.
There's rumors that Kojima, Norman Reedus, and Rodriguez, not Rodriguez, is it Rodriguez? Yeah, have met with Microsoft.
Ooh. Yes,
I've PT might be coming to Xbox instead.
Right. They just have to do something different. They couldn't have it as part of Silent Hill. It would have to be something else. But still, I mean, just making the spiritual successor for the product that never happened in full. We had another, of course, Kojima getting the finger. I think one of my more, this kind of trailed into 2014 a bit as well, is the amount of outrage that's been popping up in the community. And some of it I feel has been led by some journalists, and some of it's been led organically from different areas. But where it's to a point where Japan, for example, I love my anime games and stuff like that. A lot of them are starting to look at our market and go like, dude, to sell in your place, we're going to have to like cut all this stuff out because someone's going to say it's offensive and something like that. And it's just like, it's one of those interesting things, because if gaming is an art and we're allowing this art to be censored by outrage, then we're doing such a disservice to it compared to, other mediums.
Most
I remember when, rap was extremely controversial, and I wonder, is gaming kind of in that point now, and hopefully we can get over that hump and just let the devs push out what they genuinely think we'll like, and then when it comes to mechanics and things like that, we can push back and say, hey, this is broken, can you guys fix it? But not the content itself. And that's been one of the things that I think has been a poor moment. I think it's very short-sighted of the people kind of involved in pushing that, to just say, like, look, just let these guys do it. Like Greg Miller was saying in his talk, these people work hard. They work for a long time to produce this. And when they have to cut something out because it's not going to ship in a market due to whatever outrage is going on of the day, it's like, God, that's really unfortunate for those people.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like a big deal to us, but to them, I'm sure it does.
Well, and just the fact that something doesn't get released to a market that might actually, to people who might actually want to see it because somebody else might be offended by it is just ludicrous to me, especially in a country that bases itself on, freedom of expression and freedom
Right.
of all this stuff. I mean, it drives me crazy. We're supposed to be leading the pack here, and we're definitely dropping the ball instead.
On the flip
You're
side,
playing
people are
catch up
just
in New
nasty to
Zealand
each
now.
other.
Mm-hmm.
New Zealand was voted the most free country
Yep.
Yeah.
of all.
That I remember that. It made me laugh hysterically, actually.
But I'm hopeful. I will flip that because that sounded very cynical. I'm hopeful it's going to correct itself. I think
I'm
people
sure
are
it
starting
will.
to push back, and like I was saying about Greg Miller going solo, there are certain people that are going solo and taking their opinions elsewhere. Certain outlets that I'm not exactly fans of are kind of, people are starting to speak out against them and just be like, hey, come on, leave this alone. You're just basically making profit off of outrage and things like that. And hopefully it will correct itself. It may take a while, but I'm very hopeful that something's got to give on that.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh,
No!
Oh.
No!
Petra,
Petra!
no!
we can't hear you.
Petra's been silenced by the patriarchy. We knew this
The
would happen at one
patriarchy
point!
strikes again. Stupid
Damn it.
patriarchy.
Ugh.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
We can see your mouth moving, but we can't hear anything.
It looks like your
No.
mic's open
No.
on TeamSpeak, but that's about it. It's not registering.
This is weird.
Now can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
That was weird.
That's weird. I closed the window and it screwed everything up. Being upset about the right things too is a hard thing to say because the right thing for one person is not the right thing for the other.
Exactly.
And there's nuance and flavor that can't come across in text or in a single scene. So it's very the Control Delete has a sorry, this is gonna be very
I love Control
niche.
Delete.
But
No.
he's
No,
got
I
a
We know what you're
Yeah.
talking about, yes.
We know of this place.
yeah, he's got a comic running right now with his Ethan and Lucas as the superhero characters.
Oh, yeah.
And they're fighting an arch nemesis who's literally a troll.
Yeah.
Right.
That is his job. And he's all of the commentary and I really do appreciate the writing for it because the way that he's made the character written, that person. That person in every freaking forum. That person exists, and it's your arch nemesis, and you watch these people battle, and there's just no room for nuance, and that's been the hardest part I think for me on the internet, throughout my entire time here. It's just it's immediate no, you're either here or you're here. And I'm like,
Yeah. It's not that simple. People are complex. I mean, biological systems that we're based off of are extremely complex. So why should our ideas be simple?
Yeah.
And very much, black or white or red or blue or whatever. It's just
yeah.
You stop that. You stop what you're doing.
Yeah, I think that is the thing, though. It's we, particularly the reason why New Zealand is voted most free. It's we I think very to be very US centric are going through a very huge cultural shift, and that's perpetuating itself in a lot of areas of tribal. And because the internet, and they've done studies about this for years, but the internet is providing a voice box for what you want to listen to and be around. Which is actually why I really love Twitch, because everyone, with the exception of the streamer themselves, because they have the channel, right, can just say stuff in chat. And yes, you have mods and stuff who will ban stuff, but generally speaking, if you have a good cast, and I think we've gravitated the creme to the creme of community, that we look at, Jack LaFear's, channel, everybody gets to say, and then you are exposed to different types of people. And I think that's an awesome thing, but it's definitely a work in progress, we shall say.
Yeah. Yes.
Something that'll get better in 2016, I'm sure. I mean, we're already making progress, and that's why we're all here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Precisely.
So.
And yes, Banished Inc. Link. I read Control Delete every day.
I do too.
Every other day.
I do. Oh, it's so good.
Oh. That
good.
Girls with Slingshots, questionable content, Girls with Slingshots going away. I was like, no.
I was the same way. I was like, I know it's more a female-oriented comic, but it still was enjoyable. I was
it's
sad.
hilarious.
It's like, oh, you're ending it. Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
this is going to be one of these webcomics I've just heard of, and it's going away.
Yeah.
That's
no,
usually how
actually,
it goes,
she's
though.
releasing. She started at the beginning. They've
recolored. Yeah.
all of her strips
Very nice.
for the
Okay.
last
I
10
shall-
years.
I shall go
So-
check it out.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
That's
so
hilarious.
you could go and rewrite it or reread from the beginning, and it will be new to you because
Right.
we re-released.
I've seen
and
a
I still
webcomic
read it
that
every
did
day.
that too, where they put like editor notes on the bottom. So then they gave you like behind the scenes, like I made this panel, this was going on, and it was referencing this, and that was kind of cool too.
There's a couple of them that I do that, or that I read that do that, and it's actually.
So where's this one at?
It's Girls with
Girls with
Slingshots.
Slingshots. Actually, I still have it as my favorites. Hold on.
Sorry, Baroness, I talked over you there. What were you
Sinfest.
I don't remember.
Sinfest is one that I read all the time, but it's
Damn
like kind of bizarre lately. I don't know
Beat
where
me to it.
Sinfest is going. Yeah.
It's.
Okay.
I think part of it is a behind the scenes issue more than anything else, because if Yoshida's been doing all sorts of illustrations for other stuff as well, and I think as his professional career takes off more and more, Sinfest was always more of like a personal project for him, so he's not. And if you're reading from the very beginning, and you can tell like when he had more time to really put thought into the storyline, and now it's just you can kind of see like where the thought process is going, but the story itself isn't as fleshed out as it was like a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years ago. And you can kind of tell that with some of like the extra, just like, okay, well, we're doing a daily strip, so here's a strip. It doesn't really have anything to do with the story, but it just kind of sort of plays into it a little bit. And yeah, I don't know. I still read it. I don't want to say religiously. It probably once a week I'll go in and I'll catch up just to stay on top of it. But it's one of my favorite webcomics ever. So
I got obsessed with Cyanide and Happiness this year. That was like the
yeah.
That and Business Cat are two that
That one sounds
haven't
familiar.
seen Business Cat.
Business Cat is a giant cat in a suit who is a CEO, and it's all like cat-related problems.
I remember the meme. Is it based off that?
Yeah, pretty much the whole webcomic
I
launch.
got things to look at
That's
tonight.
funny.
This is good. All right. We're getting pokes. We're
Yeah.
getting pokes like mad.
Okay.
We're more than an hour over, which is I don't care.
I need to
I'm
eat.
happy.
I know. Let's just do one more question, but it has to be a one-word answer. As Dan was like, "What's the game you're looking for till 2016?" Just name the game, and we'll call it.
Okay.
Petra, go.
The Division.
Okay. Sam, go.
Gears of War 4.
Baroness, go.
I don't know what's coming out in 2016.
I was
I
gonna
don't
say,
know what
I know
I'm
nothing.
All right, doesn't matter. File, go.
I know nothing, so pass. I
Ah.
don't keep track of that.
Killer,
stuff
do you have an
anymore.
answer?
I have an answer.
Okay.
I mean, Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Ah.
That's 2017 though.
Yeah, so no.
Deus Ex.
Ah, that's a good one.
Oh,
That's a
yeah,
good
it
one.
is. Okay.
Okay.
We
Now we're
love
done.
Petra again.
Everyone,
Yep.
ours
You
closing.
guys are
Oh,
awesome.
gosh.
Thank you for chaos.
Okay, hold on. We
This
do
has been
have to
good.
at least drop our sponsor, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this week's
Yes.
episode of RC on Tap is proudly pseudo-sponsored by the new Killer MC Koi album, Black Powder. Yeah, it's coming to online stores worldwide whenever Killer decides to drop it. Said by critics to be his most ambitious album to date, Black Powder contains 18 tracks guaranteed to get you moving on the dance floor, with hits such as Dry Fire, Stay on Target, and the current #1 dance single, Silent Night. This is still under DNA, but keep an eye on your favorite music stores because it's just going to show up one day and it promises to shake the foundations of the music world.
Beautiful.
I'm broken.
Well done.
Okay.
Well done.
Beautiful.
That was amazing.
Oh, Halio Master, Far Cry Primal. Yes. Yes. Okay, all right, really, really seriously, I could keep talking forever, but like,
I know.
The next
week will
it's
be
bad.
We're gonna cut it here. Thank you guys, everybody, for hanging out. This has been RCM on Tap. Join us again next week. Lyserg will be on for our next Friday episode at 9:30 Eastern, right here on Twitch TV /RivalCast Media.
Now, do you guys have anything you want to plug? Anything to plug?
Twitch forward. We have a sub button. Come hang out.
Yeah.
yes, everyone should go support Operation Supply Drop. Hit that sub button. Do it.
Just do it.
And go
it
hang out on
now.
Petra as well.
Do it. Stick around. Baron's going to be on streaming next. And from all of us here at RivalCast Media, cheers.